Hello there, lovely people. This is me, Ashley, here, sending my love to you from whatever reality I'm in today, to whatever reality you happen to find yourself in. I'm making this video today because I think it's very important that people who are just finding out about the Mandela Effect find people who can help them. And there are plenty of people online who are able to help anybody new to the Mandela Effect through that journey. I myself, when I first became aware that what I was experiencing was an actual thing and that other people were experiencing the same thing too, I quite frankly wouldn't have been sane at all had it not been for this beautiful Mandela Effect community. And the reason why I'm making this video is because there are some people out there that are misrepresenting what the Mandela Effect is, and they're misrepresenting our little community. We're more like a family, I'll be honest. It's not just a community, we're more like a family. So I think it's important that if Mandela affected people have channels, that we make videos to explain what the Mandela Effect is. I mean, again, because people aren't going to go onto our channels and go all the way down them to find out the videos that we've made. We need to make videos, I think, on a regular basis to let the newcomers understand what's going on. So that being said, if you found my video and you've started to experience really strange things happening and found out this thing's called the Mandela Effect, I want to welcome you to the little family, and I'll try and explain a little bit more about what that means. The Mandela Effect is a name that was given by a woman called Fiona Broome, and I'm not going to go into that at all because we all hate the fact that it's called the Mandela Effect, and we're not that keen on Fiona Broome because she also misrepresents the Mandela Effect. So what is the Mandela Effect? The Mandela Effect is where people in great numbers remember something very clearly that no longer is the case. It starts, I think, for most people with things like logos. The Kit Kat logo used to have a little dash in the middle of it, now it doesn't. Things like the Berenstain Bears, also things from like Looney Tunes. We used to know Looney Tunes, now it's Looney Tunes. There are many like that. So for myself, that's the kind of thing that I first started noticing. It was brands changing, and things like in E.T., I was watching E.T. and it said E.T. home phone. Now I know that's not right. So I found the Mandela Effect. I actually prayed about it and I found the Mandela Effect as it's named. And then I got in contact with the lovely community here who helped me get over the complete meltdown I was having, because believe me, I think we all go through a bit of a meltdown when we realise that reality is not what we thought it was. So what is reality? Well, I'll be honest, none of us know. None of us. Anybody that claims to know exactly what's going on, please don't listen to those people. Nobody knows what's going on. We all have ideas, we all have thoughts, and we share them with each other, but nobody knows 100% what the Mandela Effect is and what's causing it and what it's leading to. But by sharing our experiences and thoughts with each other, it becomes, we learn about what's going on. I, for instance, I was originally from the original Orion arm of the Milky Way, but some people out there, a lot of people out there, were from the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way, and yet we share an awful lot of the same anchor memories. Now we call them anchor memories because it's the things that are ingrained in here that we've been brought up with. Luke, I am your father is something that we've been brought up with, but in this reality it's never been Luke, I am your father. It's been no, I am your father. But if you're Mandela affected, you know what your reality is. So it's important to understand that, one, you're not alone. There's a myriad of people out here that have all been exactly where you are now. So I know it's scary. I'm not trying to tell you it's not scary, because I'll be honest, I shat myself when it first happened to me. There's no two ways about it. But then the Mandela Effect then moves on and it starts to affect things in your actual physical reality on the ground. You get to see buildings disappear and reappear. Geography changes. The shape of the world has changed. America, South America used to be under America like this. Now it's over here somewhere. There's many, many changes going on around the world. And if you have found that your life has been affected by this so-named Mandela Effect, just understand, please, that you're not alone. There are many, many people out here that, you know, are here for you. So please reach out. Also, if you've heard about the Mandela Effect and you want to know more about it, there are very, very good channels out there that can help you with that. There's Brian Staveley. His Dose of Reality is absolutely phenomenal for that. In fact, his channel's brought quite a lot of our community together. But there are many others. I mean, there's Karen B. There's the Truth Seeker 69. There, girls at Helen. Skygazer. She's brilliant with her maps. There's lots of very good people out there. And what we do is we talk about our own personal, you know, our personal situation. It's a very personal situation to us. The reality changing around you, it's not something that we can just pretend isn't going on. We have to acknowledge it. And we do deal, one of the hardest things that we have to deal with is the fact that the people that have been in our lives, like forever, our family and friends, they don't remember the changes that we do. They don't see them, they don't change them, and they have something called an update where you get this, like, I'll give you an example. When I found out that there are bony eye sockets behind my eyes, I freaked out terribly, and I was crying at my husband saying, right, tell me about the eyes, what can you do with your finger? And he said, you can stick your finger, what did we believe as children? You can stick your finger through your eye and poke your brain, because there were no sockets behind the eyes. He remembered that, and I was begging him, please, please hold on to that. Please hold on to that thought. But then he did this strange, and we call that the uptake, and then suddenly, oh no, there's always been bones behind the eyes. It's this kind of thing that makes being Mandela affected really hard to deal with. The fact that our loved ones, our closest ones, don't see or remember the same things that we do. So this is just stage one of welcome to the Mandela Effect community, because it's a very deep subject and we can't possibly just in one very small video tell you everything. So please keep your eye out for some amazingly great people and other channels out there. The thing is that something that I want you to remember is, like I said, what you remember is not wrong, and nobody can tell you it's wrong, because, and I'm going to have to go a bit further into it than I wanted to, because there's such a thing as where we don't share the same reality at the same time, and what is my forever reality might not be your forever reality. Now, people that are Mandela affected now know that because we speak to each other. So anybody that claims to be Mandela affected and telling you that you're wrong, they need to give their head a wobble. You know, I'd be careful and wary about those people, because those of us that are Mandela affected, we know that there are differences between us. We understand that. That's one of the few things we do understand. Nobody understands what's happening. It's only the fact that we have each other to share our experiences with and to talk to, that we learn about what's going on and that we are able to cope with it, because coping with it on our own, I don't think I ever could. So, my name's Ashley, and I've been Mandela affected really since the 80s, because my first changes happened in the 80s, not during this last 5 years. It's just that it seems that the whole scenario of reality has ramped right up in the last 5 years. But there are plenty of people out there who have differences, who's had these changes long before the last 5 years. In the 80s, my heart changed from the left to the middle in the 80s, and the states of America changed from 52 to 50. But there wasn't a community, so I didn't realise that it was a real thing. I thought I was mistaken. But now, at this time, there's an awful lot of changes. So whether you found the Mandela Effect, like my video or any other videos about the Mandela Effect, either because you are affected yourself or because you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're not about allowing deniers to come on. You're very safe with us. This is what I want you to understand. We do not allow deniers to talk to you, because they can be very nasty. So you will be protected by us. That's what I want you to understand. We're a loving, accepting little family, and I'm sure we all want to welcome you. So if you're new to the Mandela Effect, either because you're affected or because you've seen things about it and you want to ask questions, the film for instance, please ask. We're only too happy to explain as much as we can, which quite frankly isn't very much because, as I said, none of us actually know. So I think I'll be doing a few more things like this for people that are affected but only just joining us. So keep your eye out. I'll be doing some lives as well, I'm sure about that. So yes, so please keep your eye out. Have a look for the people that I've just told you about, those channels, and welcome to the family. And to everybody else, I love you all till next time.